Alright, hello everyone, we're back for another big video. Hopefully it'll go as well as the last one. Though, I do hope that I get to get 3 complete matches out of it, rather than having our opponent immediately concede. Round 3. Alright, so this is not what I would call the world's most exciting pack. The 3 cards that jump out at me right at the start are Tolarian Academy, which is very strong if you have the right artifacts to go with it. And if we took that, we could hope to wield the Academy Ruins. The other cards would be Bribery, very strong in the right matchup, but it can flop for sure. And, are those the only 2? I could have sworn there was a 3rd card. No, those were the only 2. Raphaelos deserves a mention, but I have not been happy playing the green deck so far in this cube. So I think the Bribery has a very strong upside. Tolarian Academy is certainly very good, though. It's nice to not have any artifacts in the pack, so we wouldn't be passing anything if we took Tolarian Academy. I think I'm just going to take that. Got a pretty high upside. If we get Upheaval, like, oh damn. We can do some busto things. Sorry, the draft table's open. Alright, Time Twister. That's a magic card. There's also Mind Sculptor and Splinter Twin, which are both cards that are kind of dividing my attention right now. Because Splinter Twin, if you hop on that bandwagon and it's there for you, it's very, very good and will win you the game instantly, far better than Jace will. However, Jace is more consistent in the general sense. And I've played, these inconsistent type combo decks of all sorts, and as you saw in the first Holiday Cube video I did, consistency matters, and I think that if you can just do the most consistent thing, you're going to be happiest. My only problem is that there's probably going to be a lot of blue drafters, and that red will be more open. We're asking about Monolith, which, we'd love that with Tolarian Academy. You know what? No, I'm just going to go on the twin plan. Sure, the twin deck does want Jace in it, but hey, what can I say? Alright, Tinker is a card that can certainly do some good things. I'm probably just going to take Moxjet here because it goes well with everything I have. There's some good mono red cards here. Burst Lightning goes well in a control deck as well. Is fine, but I'm just going to take the Mox. Alright, Brainstorm, Tezzeret, Tundra, Fire Ice, Tendrils. Not really sure we want to go Storm right now. This is where things get a little bit more difficult. I think I might just take Fire Ice because it's a pretty solid card and it's hard to not put in your deck. Or rather, it's not. It's like Gitaxian Probe. It's just an easy pick. Though I guess Tezzeret the Seeker is probably more what we want considering the Tolarian Academy Moxjet combo. Yeah, we'll take Tez. Alright, more red cards. There's an Electrolyze. And a Pack Rat, which is interesting. A lot of just green X stuff. I don't mind Electrolyze. Electrolyze can do some very powerful things. I think I'm just going to take Flooded Strand, though. Happy to have some consistency deck in terms of mana base. Mana base is really important. Ooh, and we now have some interesting choices, don't we? There's Sower of Temptation, solid blue card. Hero's Downfall is kind of whatever. Liliana the Veil's very good in black. Steam Vents is actually helpful if we want to go blue-red. And there's Balance, which is arguably the strongest card here. The most powerful card. And Chain Lightning. That's at least worth talking about. I think I want the Sower. Or either Sower or Steam Vents. Steam Vents would give us immediately 2 blue-red, like basically that would double us up on blue-red dual lands. Yeah, I'm going to take that because I don't want too many things on my top end. And as good as Sower is, it's not always great because there are Storm decks, there are, other decks that don't necessarily run any creatures. So, alright, more signs that red is open. So I'm going to take Grim Lavamancer because it's a good grindy red card, and if we end up going more heavily into just sort of solid red, then it's also good there. Whereas Firebolt is a little better in the latter rather than the former. Smash to Smithereens is whatever. Ralzeric can do a lot of Busto stuff with Splinter Twin. Not with Splinter Twin targets, but you can get some value stuff. And there's nothing wrong with doing like a value Splinter Twin deck. I've done that before. It's generally pretty slow, but when it works pretty well. So Academy Ruins came back, but right now Tolarian Academy is not exactly making a great showing in our deck. Avalanche Rider is okay with Splinter Twin, but he's not extraordinarily exciting. Lightning Helix is fine if we can wheel some of that white stuff. I could take Academy Ruins if I really wanted to go on this plan, but I'm not super confident that that's going to work out, so I'm going to take Lightning Helix instead. Alright, so we have LED, Awakening Zone, Brimaz, Spirit of the Labyrinth, Birds of Paradise. Really not looking forward to green. And I think our blue's going to probably get cut pretty hard now since we passed that Jace. But we might get some more. We might get blue to flow again in pack 3. I don't even know. Just cut Brimaz or something? Sure, why not? Alright, we have a Hero of Oxid Ridge, a Terminate, and a Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning's good in just red-blue. I think I might just take Hero of Oxid Ridge. Less flexible, but very strong nonetheless. Kargan Dragonlord, sure. Mutavault's fine too. Bonfire versus Fire Drinker Satyr. Fire Drinker Satyr isn't the best one-drop. Bonfire's got a pretty high to it. Chain Lightning? Alright, well, might end up in mono red. But that still remains to be seen, as far as I'm concerned. If we can pick up, you know, a Pestromite or two, and by or two I mean or a Deceiver Exarch, or Resto Angel or whatever, we can still try to play the twin plan. We'll see. I'm not super sure about that Jace pick I made back there. Feel free to leave your choices in the comments. Alright, well, two things to note. There's not a lot of good blue. There's a Batterskull in here, which is a pain in the ass. And Spellskite, so... But there is Tanglewire, which we like, I would say. And there's Eidolon of the Great Revel. Though, if Mono Red's truly open, Eidolon should wheel, actually, now that I think about it. So, we're better off taking, like, Magma Jet or Tanglewire or something similar to that. Now, let's see here. Take this Brimaz out. So let's see. What am I thinking? What am I thinking about? Yeah, like I said, we want to wheel this Eidolon if we can. I think I might just want Magma Jet. Nice cheap burn spell. However, Tanglewire is very strong. Let's take Tanglewire. And if that Eidolon doesn't wheel, then we know for a fact that we shouldn't be playing red. Oh look, Mishra's Workshop. So if we actually had any artifacts, that deck would clearly be open for us. Okay, Chandra's Phoenix is probably the pick here. There's also a Snapcaster Mage, but like I said, blue's kind of slipping away from us, in my opinion. It's also a Sword, and I guess Hymn to Turok, but not a lot of options for us here. I could take Snapcaster, but honestly at this point, considering that I just saw that Eidolon, I'm more towards just going mono red if I can. And there's a Hellrider. And a Deceiver Exarch. Ugh, this is where the rubber meets the road, fellas. This is where the men get separated from the boys. I mean, Hellrider's so good. Like, we've already established a pretty solid mono-red base here, and Hellrider is just way better than Deceiver Exarch. I'm just gonna take Hellrider. Like, maybe it's too much in the 4-drop slot for us. I mean, it's only 2 cards, so yeah, this is fine. Again, though, if Mono Red's open, Hellrider should come back, but I'm answering that. Chainwalker is not a card that I'm super excited about, but it's not terrible. And I guess the real question is it worse than Looter? And Looter's fine, but again, let's just go for this. Museum Mortars, yes please. Also a Cryptic, but Museum Mortars it is. Alright, we're gonna be the red drafter. Lightning Strike? Don't mind if I do. Alright, this is happening again, folks. Mono red for the win. A lot less strong when you don't have Black Lotus, but hey, there's still an extra pack to open it, so. Or we could even just open a Mox in our colors, which would be equally fine in my opinion. We did pass Mox Diamond, which is a shame, but I am okay with that. I can live with that situation. We're not necessarily entirely out of blue. We can definitely be pulled back towards it if need be. But yeah, if that Eidolon comes back, oh my god. If it doesn't, I'm going to be absolutely heartbroken. Searing Blaze? Yes, please. I mean, I like Izzet Charm too, but I think Searing Blaze is much stronger. Especially because we're kind of abandoning blue, I would say. But there is a chance that we get back that Deceiver Exarch and the Eidolon. Hopefully the Eidolon. I'm not expecting anyone else to take red. Like, there's so much good red going around that I don't imagine taking it. It could have been hate drafted. That wouldn't surprise me. Or Brimstone Volley. But not. I think it will be. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Just where I left you. Unfortunately, Spellskite is too, but I can't control that. Eidolon's a nice little card. Slows the game down, but in our favor. Because we can either just not cast spells or cast... When you cast a Chain Lightning, it deals 2 to you, but it deals 3 to them. So it deals more damage to them, and it puts more pressure on them. And, like, when you're playing against Storm, you feel like a badass when you have Eidolon of the Great Revel. Like, let me tell you a story. Because Eidolon is very, very powerful. And Storm just... How are you supposed to Storm out? Like, the deck is predicated on playing cheap spells and cantrips and such. And when all of those hurt you and you've already taken a couple bolts to the face or you've been hit with a Goblin Guide or whatever, like, just makes your life a living hell. Although you've probably seen that. I think we played against Storm last draft. Mishra's Workshop, ha ha ha. Alright, what card do we not want to deal with? Probably a Johnny, just because he gains life and whatnot. So, honestly, I wouldn't be against running Ral Zarek. I mean, he does bolt people a couple of times. I mean, straight up, he can just 6 damage if he doesn't get fucked with. Wow, Deceiver Exarch? Alright. So that might be a reason to actually keep the Splinter Twin in there. If we can get, like, one more blue source, 1 or 2 maybe, a couple more fetches or something. Yeah, I'll take the Grudge. But if we can get a couple more fetches and maybe, like, one more target for the Twin, then I'd be okay with actually keeping the Twin in there. Like, if we could pick up Zealous Conscript? Yeah, Zealous Conscripts. Then we would just be a mono red deck that also has a random kill you combo. We'll take Nighthawk because it has life gain. So, we've got something somewhat close to a deck here. Torch Fiend, sure. I think I'll start with that in the main, but I'm hoping to take it out. Like, this is 20 cards. What are you doing here, War Priest? No one's playing Reanimator, which is probably okay for us. Alright, what do we get? There's an Ashiok, which, if it was first pick, I would love to have that card. Wheel of Fortune's really good. Oh, yeah. Love opening with Wheel of Fortune. Siege Gang Commander's okay, but he was better last time when we had a Black Lotus to cast him on turn 2 or whatever. But man, Wheel of Fortune's really good, because we can just throw... Like, if we have Wheel of Fortune and 3 lands in an opening hand, we just don't care. We can throw all our burn spells directly to their face, you know, without any consideration for what we're doing. And then just reload our hand like it ain't no thing. Alright, Monastery Swiftspear. One thing we are lacking right now is 1-drops, so we want to see Swift Speed, we want to see Goblin Guides, and we want to see Sulfuric Vortex. And if we can get all those things, then it's like GG. I mean, not literally, but we're in a very good spot. At this point, I think splashing Ralzeric is possible. Playing the twin combo is not currently. And ding 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 ding. Winner winner chicken dinner. Sulfuric Vortex. How big is this cube? I should probably look that up because I mean maybe it's just in there and I should have known. Maybe it's only a 360 cube. Go vintage cube list. Search. Alright, Alicia, Thundermaw, Hellkite, Jite. Do we want Jite? We don't want Alicia, that's for sure. Sulfur Falls would be okay. I mean, if we want to play Deceiver Exarch, we might want Sulfur Falls. But, Jite, that's an interesting card. That's a very strong card, very powerful card. You can break some people's backs, but we only have 10 creatures. That's kind of borderline for me. Again, though, I'm not actually super excited about running the twin combo right now. Not really excited about Thundermaw Hellkite either, though. That's between like Falls and Jite. Jite. Gut reaction. Not necessarily a card we want. Now that I think about it, we probably don't want it at all, but we shall see. We shall see. The Sulfur Falls might wheel too, and if it does, then I'm gonna be having a rough time getting rid of. Actually, I just realized Flooded Strand's not that great for us, is it? Wow, another blue-red land. Jeez. Just everywhere right now. Memory Jar is not something we want. Duretti's not something we want. Sarkhan's actually not a bad curve topper, though he's a little expensive, all things considered. Where's my Goblin Guide? Where's my Goblin Guide? Well, there's a Zealous Conscripts, which is great, but Abbott is much better. Much, much better. So we'll take that. Like, I don't even think it's particularly that close, to be honest. Outpost Siege versus Koth of the Hammer. Probably Koth. They're both good cards, but I think Koth gives you a bit better late game as far as those things are concerned. Sorry, I'm looking at the vintage cube. You know what, I should just look at this on Tapped Out. Tapped Out will tell me how many cards there are. Roast, Chandra Pyromaster, or Pithing Needle. What does Chandra Pyromaster do again? You know, Chandra Pyromaster really doesn't excite me. She might excite some people, but she does not excite me. This is our deck right now. It's a perfectly fine deck. I think Roast is kind of a sideboard card, but I'm going to take it anyway. And I am going to start it in the sideboard. Because any burn that can't be pointed directly to the face is not burn that I'm super excited about. Oh, Mishra's Factory? Yes. Oh man, our deck just got a lot better. Dual Caster Mage? I guess that's probably a fine card. I don't know, I've never really played it. Like, I've seen it played, and it always feels a little cute, but I think in mono red you can get away with it. Alright, so this is the deck we're looking at, huh? Yeah, we just don't have quite enough red for, sorry, we don't have quite enough blue for this combo, and it's only 2 cards anyway. I'm going to take Student Warfare because out of these cards, I think it's the one that hurts us the most. Faithless Looting's actually also good, though, isn't it? Like, that just makes sure we don't... Actually, Faithless Looting. I don't necessarily know how great it is, but I feel like it can't be that bad, right? Like, it just makes sure that we always draw gas. Alright. Alright, Temple of Epiphany. I suppose if we want to, for some bizarre reason, play Splinter Twin combo, we have more blue now. We have 3 blue-red sources, which is whatever. Flooded Strand doesn't have any targets outside of Steam Vents, which is awkward. Alright, so this is a 5 card list, huh? Lightning Mauler and Sword. Well, let's grab Lightning Mauler. We actually have a reasonable number of creatures. We might be able to run GJ if we want. Outpost Siege came back. Wow, red was super open. My god. We're gonna have a lot of cuts to make here. Wheel of Fortune, so good. So good. Wow, just, oh my. This deck looks even better than the last one. I mean, we're still missing that Goblin Guide, but, you know, you can't have life, right? Alright, thank you. That was our last draft. Alright. So, how do I feel about Bonfire of the Damned? Bonfire of the Damned is an X spell. It's going to be real hard to... It's good against creatures, but I think I'm going to board it out for now. We don't know how many creatures we're going to play against, realistically speaking. This is currently a 13 creature list with a GT in it. Thundermaw Hellkite. You're so expensive. I don't want you here. I'm not even sure I want Sarkhan here. Like, 5 is a lot. This is currently 14 lands if we just ran it out like this. I think we just cut Sarkhan. Like, he's so stupid expensive. He's really expensive. If we just ran this with 15 lands and a Mox, which seems reasonable. Maybe a little on the low side, but reasonable. Oh yeah, we have Mizzium Mortars. That's another card that can't go to the face, which is frustrating. But we do have a lot of creatures, which I like. Though Torch Fiend is not the best example of a good creature. But I think we can actually run the GTA, to be honest. Like, 15, or 12 now? 12. Koth kind of makes 13. That's kind of 13 creatures. But we have Chandra's Phoenix, which is a creature that just... It's the gift that keeps on giving. Because whenever we hit them to the face, we get our creature back, and then we can equip it with GTA, and cry a lot. So what's our plan here? Just sleeve it up, basically. Add Mishra's Factory and Mountains, and call it a deck. Seems decent. Seems decent. I mean, our options are really like Roast. We could bring in one of our 5-drops, and like Bonfire. That's about it. And we already have one card in here that deals with creatures that doesn't deal with players, which is honestly kind of frustrating to me. I don't like that at all. I like that GTA can wipe their board, or just beat them down. But I think for now, I like this plan. Seems like a good plan to me. Gotta put 4 levels into it to make it a 4/4. That seems fine anyway. Alright, so easy peasy. We'll see you guys in round 1.